Hey y'all know what it is. It's your girl Brittany, back better, another video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, like the video, click the bell to be notified of every time I post, because I do post frequently. Alright y'all already know what we doing. We jumping, skipping, hopping, flipping, doing the Dougie into this video. Alright y'all, as y'all know, my Patreon link is down in the description box below. Go over there and become a member, baby. Period, point, and blank. Because I'll throw some ones if you do the dance for me. All right. Without further ado, let's get into this video. So, mind y'all, let's give a big shout out to Isaiah J. Love his content. He is hilarious. So, he brought up the baddie curse. And I just wanted to put my 7 cents on the baddie curse. So basically what he says, like, you cannot come on baddies with a friend, because if you come on baddies with a friend, you know, y'all end up not being friends, which I believe is absolutely true. And we have seen prime examples of sisters not talking anymore, friends not being friends anymore. And I don't necessarily feel like it's a, like, quote unquote, like, Zeus thing or a baddies thing. I think it's a camera thing. I think it's an attention-seeking thing. I think it's somebody is tired of playing the background and wants to be the front runner. I believe it's, you know, that saying of, like, fame changes people. And a lot of times the person who has the fame or the money or whatever, they really... And I mean, don't get me wrong, to an extent, they telling the truth. But they feel like they putting you on. So you should be grateful for the position. But I believe the person, not all the time, but the person who is being put in position might overplay their part or not play their part at all. And now you have, you know, your people looking at you different. Okay, so I wanted to go through some of the girls that, you know, we seen that this baddie quote unquote curse happened to. So starting off strong with Krishan and Tasiki. Now, to me, this is my opinion. I don't care. This is my opinion. I feel like Tasiki wanted her sister's place. I don't care what nobody say. Tasiki was plotting. Tasiki was looking at that money. Tasiki was seeing how much money Krishan got coming in. And she started really dissecting what Krishan would mess up as far as, like, being a crash out. You know, always put her hands and feet on people for no reason. All this, all that. And, you know, she seen what people liked her. And because, now, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I was looking for some screenshots the other day. For some reason, I clicked on the Blueface one. And y'all remember when Blueface and Krishan and Tasiki Daddy got into it, Tasiki was dating out of her clothes, trying to get over there to Krishan to get into it with Krishan. And yes, you know, that was her dad. Look at her daddy's face, all this, all that. And even just last season, you know, seeing how aggressive Tasiki was when it came to Krishan, even while Krishan was pregnant, was a lot to even watch. But for me, like I said before, I feel like Tasiki, not in the beginning when she first seen Natalie, because she was on it when she first seen Natalie, but I just think in actuality, Tasiki is very smart. And she played a game. Now, you know, like I said, I feel like she tricked Krishan out of her position. She probably had already seen in the background of how Krishan was doing and everything. And she talking to Lemmy and everything. She talking to Krishan like, hey, well, now you pregnant. You know, I'm your sister. I can help you. And we seen her flip on Krishan when the cameras turned on. Now, yes, the girls were fragile and they were little, but it was a prime example of, we had a private conversation, and in private you told me you was macking, meek mow, bow bow bow. You was gonna do your thing, and then you didn't. Okay, and then, you know, Krishan got Tasiki handled or whatever, and, you know, it ended up backfiring on Krishan. Krishan had the whole thing with Zeus crash out. They wouldn't stun her no. Well, she wasn't stunning them no more because they was willing to pay her $200,000. $200,000. Do you know what I could do with $200,000? $200,000 just come to a reunion. Girl, please. Anyways, and Tasiki was able to build herself up after her sister left. You know, we all felt sorry for her. But then, too, we seen that the Incredible Hulk got some Hulk hands. And it really ain't no need for you to feel sorry for her. Because one thing about it, she's going to get in that field. And she's been on our TV screen ever since. So that's one of the baddie, quote unquote, curses, you know, because it broke the sisterhood up. But I think that's a prime example of saying one thing and doing another. And also, you know, playing like you got my back to the end till it's time to really have my back. But also tricking somebody out their position. I think what it is that a lot of times is that the person who is in the underdog spot has unrevealed motives. And to an extent, they want to be the girl. Like, they want to be in your position more so. They want to have their own motion. Whether they got to climb the mountain with you, once y'all get there, they're going to knock you off. Okay? So, I'm going to say that goes with Tasiki, but also that goes with Sapphire. Because Sapphire, you know, when it was time to, when it didn't have no business to do with her, when it came to Smiley, she didn't mind putting her hands and feet on Smiley. She didn't mind getting into it. But when it meant something for somebody who she cared about, she would not budge. And now, I believe she didn't budge because she knew that she could not fight E.T. She already knew from what she seen that E.T. was very much project-bound hands. So, having project-bound hands and having regular hands is very different. Because, you know, hey, maybe I could tussle, but I can't, I can't tussle as hard as you can. I can't really get in the field as hard as you can. So, maybe I need to sit that out. And she wasn't willing to embarrass herself for Suki. But not only was she not willing to embarrass herself for Suki, she still ended up embarrassing herself by leaving Suki out there high and dry, and then wanted to try to manipulate the situation. Talking about, that wasn't my friend, that was the devil. But then turned around and was, like I said, being manipulative and trying to play like, she didn't have Suki's back. Came to the reunion, tried to redeem herself. Suki on live line, playing like you did something and you ain't do nothing. You ain't do not a lick, not nothing to that girl. That girl worked you like your mama should. And when you came back this season, you trying to make it seem like y'all cool. Suki is standoffish to you. She really ain't stun you like that. Because she has let the media get to her, and she's let people like me who was saying that you was a bad friend get to her. So she really wasn't stun you. But you had let it be known when the episode first aired. Yes, you had a lot going on in your personal life, but you let it be known you didn't care no more and you was above and beyond that. And guess what? Allegedly now you talk to somebody in the background of Zeus and you secured your spot and you don't need Suki anymore. Like I said, once again, saying one thing, doing another, playing Suki out of her position, because Suki didn't necessarily need Zeus. Now, the fact that Sapphire was playing like she brought Zeus to Suki is crazy. I don't think she had emotion like that. But once again, tricked out of position. Now we know Sapphire, not Suki's best friend. It's a difference. Last season, it was Suki's best friend, Sapphire. Now it's just Sapphire. Okay? I hope y'all are following. So, to me, that gave tricking out of her position. Not only tricking out your position, but, playing with all parties. Like, I'm cool with all parties, so I ain't finna get in the middle of that. I ain't finna jump in there. But then trying to redeem yourself. You knew that you looked bad when you did that. You did that, but you was trying to redeem yourself. But truly, you ain't really want to redeem yourself for real. You could really care less. But the internet got to you. The internet told you was bad friends. Suki started to look at you different, so you had to prove yourself. And now you're on a new season and you barely have a storyline. But what you don't have is Suki and that storyline over your head anymore, because you're playing the background and just being cute and being the girl with the notebook and the big pen like we forgot. All right, continuing. All right, so that's how I feel like the quote-unquote baddies cursed messed with them. Okay, Meatball and Tink. Theirs is different, but also the same. Is trying to trick somebody out their position. Well, no, I don't feel like Tink was trying to trick Meatball out her position. I don't. I think Tink probably rooted for Meatball, but like I said before, Meatball came in thinking that she was still on the internet. You know, the internet loved me. The internet loved me. Everybody loved me on the internet. And then she got in front of actual people, started dressing how she dressed, and they embraced her sister more than her. And her sister wasn't even stun her like that. And she wasn't used to not having that attention on her. I don't necessarily feel like Tinka played her out her spot. I think Meatball showed her hand on how she really feel about Tinka and how she feel like Tinka is beneath her. And that's what I mean too when I say the big dog, not the underdog, but the big dog feel like the underdog owed him something. Even though Tinka got her start on baddies from a situation with Diamond, Meatball still felt as though Tinka was lower than her and they're supposed to be sisters. She still felt as though Tinka owed her something when the chain was given to Tinka instead of Meatball. Meatball felt like she deserved the chain first. And not only did she deserve the chain first, you're a loser. You haven't worked for them. You haven't worked hard. This is your first time being in the spotlight. And I've worked hard to be in the spotlight. So therefore, I should be rewarded. Even if what I worked hard for has nothing to do with this show. I'm here. I showed up. I am a celebrity in a way. So treat me as though. And I just think that she felt as though, like I said before, Tinkerbella was beneath her. And Tinkerbella owed her something that she did not. And she felt like she helped get Tinkerbella on the show. And I don't necessarily think that. I think Tinkerbella personality and stuff helped her get on the show. But that is just like for me, another reason, of the baddie curse. More so, I feel like I said before, Meatball showed her hand and she showed how she truly felt about Tinka. And I think too, because they from the same city, Meatball was competing with Tinka in her mind. And once she felt like Tinkerbella was winning the race of being liked in the baddie's house, being liked, being the it girl, and all eyes on her, she felt threatened by her position. And she felt threatened by where she even was. Because it's like, well, where am I? Am I a baddie? How do you get a baddie chain? Because I've been tussling. I've been doing this, which really wasn't for real. Was getting beat down every which way but loose. But okay. But she like, I've been doing this. I deserve a baddie chain. And they end up giving her a baddie chain just to share her up. But it didn't come from a genuine place. So I made all those examples. And I gave my opinions on those particular situations just to show, and the two first ones to show the underdog and how the underdogs are feeling more so underappreciated, playing a position. And really, for me, I feel like the underdogs want the position of big dog. And when they get the position of big dog, they're very boring. And this is why they should have stayed underdog, if I'm just being honest. And then big dog get mad because the underdog is winning. And big dog don't know how to take that underdog is winning. And is pissed by the fact that underdog is winning and outshining her. She wants to now eat little dog up. Because she like, no, you're doing too much. You're taking attention away from me. So I do think that I don't necessarily feel like it's a curse, like I was saying. I don't necessarily feel like quote unquote, like curse, but I do feel like people show their true colors when they are in a position to win. When they're in a position to win, all bets are off, and they're thinking about themselves, not necessarily you, your feelings or whatever. And in those moments of them putting out these storylines or creating a storyline, you then see that person's authentic self without influence of big dog or, underdog. You can kind of gather pieces here and there to see how the person is. And like I always say, everybody picks and chooses. None of these girls are just out here hero of the day, saving everybody, No. Like, all them pick and choose. Everybody pick and choose their battles. Everybody pick and choose what they want to fall into and what they don't. So I think that's just another thing as well to add in there. But yeah, I just extended my opinion a little bit because I didn't want to just like run through it. I wanted to extend it a little and just give y'all my thoughts around some of the decisions that was made on the Baddie show. And, I do agree with Isaiah J completely because I do think it breaks up friendships and stuff like that. But I think it just shows the person true, authentic self. I think when them cameras turn on, unless like they know they doing it up for the cameras, but a lot of these people, this is their first time on TV. So I think more so when it be their first time, they're giving their genuine selves. That's their genuine selves. Because they don't necessarily know how the fans are going to look at them yet. They don't necessarily know how certain things will look or be chopped or whatever. So they just giving who they are. They might play who they are up a little more, but they're giving who they are. I think a lot of times when they first get on, it's authentic. But, as they get trained more and more, like the Diamonds of the world, Diamond is, you could tell, like she said early on, Tasiki repeated, it's going to go viral. Diamond definitely knew what she was doing when she came into that house. Diamond, I don't necessarily feel like was in there to try to make friends or anything. I think she knew she wanted to stay on the show and be a recurring girl. And to do that, you have to do the work. You have to do your job. And I believe Diamond is very good at her job, and she does her job well. So, yeah, that's all I got for you guys in this video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, like the video, and click the bell. I'm going to see you on the next one. Bye.